Bro, I'm telling you this from the deepness of my heart from experience. Quit the side hustle. Now, I'm not saying to quit any and all side hustles, but I'm saying to quit the side hustle if this is you. If you have a main goal, if you have a main business, if you have a main thing you really want, and the side hustle is kind of that thing to make a little extra money, whatever it may be. But if you got like a real big goal that's gonna take like a lot, the thing that's often preventing you from making the big thing happen that would cause you not to do the side hustles or do the side hustle is to actually quit the side hustles. What I mean by that is, yes, the side hustles maybe bring you money, but how much time is that preventing you to make something that will make you even more money? And I think this happens a lot as entrepreneurs or people that are in this space. You know, we have this big entrepreneurial thing we're trying to get, and then we have all these other ideas. You're like, well, that could make some money. But we're trying to build all these foundational things, or we're killing ourselves running this one side hustle that isn't providing us enough money for the time we're spending that could be spent on this one thing that's going to make us rich for the rest of our life. And I was somebody that did that. Like I had an Amazon shop where I was selling these sports wristbands. I have it written down. I also had a coaching business. I also had, I remember in college, had this platform that we created that was going to be a membership model for people that wanted to work in sports. Whole story. But I had these little side hustles that I had the ideas for, and I was taking so much time to do all of it. And me wanting to get my YouTube and my speaking business together, I was distracted all the time because I was trying to manage four different things at one time, and I never had the clarity and really the time to be able to freely go about it. And one of the things that happens when you have all these things going on, you never have the time to think, to breathe. And what's special about the time to breathe and think is it pops up things that take you 10 steps ahead. But when you're doing all these different things, you have no space, and you have no energy, and you have no simplicity. I can't say that word. One things I've realized in business is the more simpler your life is, the more you do and the further you go. Because you're not you're having to take a step here, you have to do too many things to take one step forward. Instead, let's just do one or two things and take a big, you see what I'm saying? And I know it sounds great to have all these streams of income, but what if none of them really become a good stream of income? So you have a bunch of okay streams of income. You're making 200 a month here, 200 a month here, 300 a month here. Instead, what if you could just make 5,000 a month with one? And I think what's important in this, it really isn't like that these other business ventures or that you can't have multiple streams of income in the future. But when you haven't had one, like when you don't have one stream that's like, you know what I'm saying? You got to just focus on that one. And then once that is at the phase of it's basically working without me, I only have to do one task. That's when you then have a new venture. So like for me, I'm really close to my speaking business to hiring out a VA, and all I have to do is the sales calls, and all I have to do is show up on the speaking event. Everything else, my VA will take care of me. Once I get to that point, okay, let's work on this. You know what I'm saying? Like for me right now, that next thing is my podcast. I have it written up right here on my other monitor on my computer, but I have it called the plans and the steps. And what's crazy is the plan and the steps have it written out is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Because I have all these ventures I want to do. And like years ago, maybe not really years ago, like maybe 8 months ago, I was trying to do all these steps at once. And I was just overwhelmed. I wasn't making progress in any of them, or if I was, it was minuscule. But now I'm like, okay, we're just doing one at a time. And now I get to go on walks, I get to chill, and I'm making more money. And I'm making more progress. So right now, all I'm focusing on is writing my book, uploading on YouTube every single day. Okay, I'm naming multiple things. But it's writing my book and YouTube every single day. And then in the process, I have somebody that's hiring a VA for me. So it's my next step is being worked without me having to work. I have somebody hiring a VA for me and going through so that's happening for me. Only thing I'm focused on is this YouTube stuff and my book. And I go and speak whenever my agent books me. You feel me? And so that's what I do. No need to look further than the agent and it's the whole thing. But I'm just doing that. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to do the speaking. I'm not trying to do the book and YouTube and the podcast and eventually streaming. And there's another venture I can't say right now, but that I want to do. I was trying to do all those things. And about 2 years ago, I was trying to do all those things, plus have an Amazon store where I was shipping out wristbands. And I was, what else did I have on my screen? And I was trying to do a coaching business. I was trying to do all these things. It was preventing me from just making one big stream of income. You gotta just, I know, there's your ideas. I feel you. But to make more money, you have to do less. And it's the craziest principle, but it's so true. The less you do, the more money you make because you get hyper focused on one thing and things start to work effortlessly. But it takes you work. So I'm not saying not to have side hustles. I'm not saying not to do multiple things. Feed your soul. But there are times where you got to just focus on that one, dude. Because you know what that one is. There's that one business that you're most passionate about that has the most potential for you to make money. Focus on that, and that's going to feed all the other little passion ideas you have. But you gotta just get in the cave with just that one. Make love to that one thing. Really get to know it. Then you work on the other ones. I like to say you shouldn't be working on more than one foundational phase at a time because it takes your entire soul to learn a new industry or a new venture. So I understand you have something going, but let's just put it aside and not even look at it for a while because we're going to make sure that we get this one to a certain point where it's running by itself. And then you go and look at that. If you have any questions about anything entrepreneur or business-wise or just life in general, I cover all these topics. But I'll let you all, this video was from somebody telling me they wanted a video on this, so I made it. Shout out to you, bro. So feel free to let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all in the next video. Peace.